Hello everyone, DiMarco here today with a video for you of the Galaxy Note 4. Now this is a review of the Galaxy Note 4. Last year we did have a Galaxy Note 3 to review. However, in a little bit of an incident while dipping into the Recaro racing seats on a Ford Fiesta ST, I may or may not have sat on the screen and cracked it, but nevertheless we've got a stronger, better, more rigid Galaxy Note 4 here today, and that's what we're going to take a look at. Now before we hop into today's video, I want to talk about our sponsor of the day, which is Full Sail University. As you know, virtually every industry now relies on some kind of software technology. Full Sail University offers degree programs that address the need for skilled tech professionals through curriculum that blends code and theory with real-world experience. On campus in Winter Park, Florida, which on a completely side note, I would imagine to be a pretty kick-ass place to go to school in Florida, Full Sail offers a software development bachelor's degree program. And offered on campus and online are mobile development and web design and development bachelor degree programs. And to top it off, all students receive a laptop at an institutional discount, as well as all of the tools and software that they need to succeed. If you want more info about Full Sail University, click the link in my description box below. It's probably worth mentioning right off the bat, and I'll say this, side by side in your hands, the Note 4 does feel better than the iPhone 6 Plus. While the 6 Plus has those rounded aluminum edges, the Note 4 has a straight cut aluminum body design. That sort of form factor gives it a really great feel in your hand. The outside of the phone actually comes back with that faux leather Samsung like classic feel, but it still gives you access to a removable battery and removable storage, which is, it's a pretty fair trade-off to me. And like I previously said, they've also bumped up to a new aluminum infrastructure around the edges, which is very welcomed. It feels great in your hands. Looking at the phone straight on, you know for damn sure it's a Samsung, and that's not because of the obvious Samsung logo up top. It's because of the form, the button placement, and the shape. These things haven't changed in a while. Looking at the Note 4 head-on, I would be very hard-pressed to tell you the difference between a Note 3 and a Note 4 just by sort of standing back and looking at them. Under the glass, which at this point in time has obviously held up better than the glass on my Note 3, you've got a 5.7-inch display, which, if you're counting iPhone fans, is a little bit bigger than the iPhone 6 Plus. That slightly larger display boasts a 551 pixel density, and just sort of by using the phone, I mean, when you go to these events and you see the advertisements, it's always these bright, crisp images that Samsung has sort of set up for you to see them on the phone, and you're like, wow, that really looks great. But from my point of view, when using the phone, using it in my own features, using the applications, taking my own photos, that display really is a rich color display that, it's got some very sharp images. It looks great. Great. Deep in the catacombs under the LCD, there is a 2.7 gigahertz Snapdragon quad-core, which is plenty fast for doing all sorts of things that you're not even capable of doing on a smartphone. Everybody's all up in arms like, yeah, my smartphone has an octo-core processor. Well, Jesus Christ, that's more processors than my Mac Pro. On the back, you've got sort of this fantastic 16 megapixel 4K camera with their optical image stabilization that will be perfect when you whip it out to record your life on the go. Okay, totally impromptu. This is mid-review. This is video from the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. There you can see it, but I'm not gonna focus it because I'm already in focus. We've got an Apple display. We've got my Samsung display. There's me picture-in-picture, messages, and 5D recording this. Anyways, this is sort of low light because you always see sort of the perfect light and the perfect photos and videos. This is straight out of the Galaxy Note 4 camera, straight from the camera onto my computer into the editing bay. We've got sort of like this really crappy daylight lighting kit, so you'll get to see what it is. Even just this little video was 116 megabytes. So it takes up a lot of space. You're gonna need to use that 128 gigabyte expandable storage bay. Oh, and the camera on the front, 3.7 megapixels, gonna be perfect for all your Snapchat stories. Which, by the way, if you're someone who illustrates anything on your Snapchat stories or like draws any like illustrations, the S Pen on this, super fantastic for doing that. You don't have to use your finger to draw things. Take out the pen, literally, you can write notes, you can write anything you want. S Pen, Note 4, Snapchat, deal. Now to power all of these goodies, under the hood we have a 3220, that's 3220 milliamp hour lithium ion battery, which will get you through, I sort of had it coming me through 12 to 13 hour days before I was like, Christ, I've got to charge this thing. Now I should mention that the folks over at Samsung hooked me up with one of their rapid chargers. So this is a charger that will charge the Note 4 from 0 to 50 in 30 minutes, which is a pretty cool feature if you think about it, because how many times have you been like, oh, we can't leave yet, my phone's only at like 33%. Depending on how you party, and that could be like 3 or 4 more pints of Coors Light, before you head out to the bar. Having said that, you need to have sort of the special witchcraft charger to be able to make the magic happen. This particular phone is powered by Android 4.4.4 KitKat. I've been trying to say that and messing that up. Particular phone powered by 4.4.4 KitKat. Boom, done. And they've also got TouchWiz on top of there. Now they've thrown a lot of features into this phone to make it easier to sort of use by what they like to call everybody. And this is stuff like one-handed operation shortcuts. And to be quite honest with you, I mean, I don't ever use these shortcuts because I buy the Note 4 and sort of phones like the Note 4, the Dell Streak, the iPhone 6 Plus because I like the fact that they have massive screens. I know that I might not be able to one-hand operate them, and that's fine to me. It's a sacrifice I make for sort of this fantastically large screen real estate. Because when I dumb down all the controls on the Note 4 or the iPhone 6 Plus into a one-hand operation mode, that pretty much just kills all the features of all this screen real estate. I mean, if I'm a developer and I'm seeing that a lot of people are like, oh, well, you know, you can't use your app with one hand, I'm putting buttons strategically where people can use them with one hand, and then I'm sort of putting content or, you know, some kind of feeds in other places where maybe the typical person's hand can't reach. But if I had a dime, and this is just a dime for every time somebody has come up to me and been like, oh, is that the Samsung Note 4? Or, oh, is that the iPhone 6 Plus? It's way too big. And then just thrown it away, I'd be a millionaire. I'd be able to patent the iPhone 6 Plus or the Samsung Note 4. I mean, who doesn't want a bigger screen? Bigger screens, more easily consumable content, more productivity with dual screen viewing. It's fantastic. Now this short little video ramble review comes from a guy who was an Apple guy. I had the iPhone 3G, I had the iPhone 3GS, I had the iPhone 4, I had the iPhone 4S, I had the iPhone 5. I did not have an iPhone 5S because that's when I jumped ship and I bought an Android S4, a Galaxy S4, and I loved it. I was married to my S4, but when it bit the dust, I bought an iPhone 6 Plus, which is the one right there, because I'm so keen on Apple Pay. I hate carrying around my wallet. So once Apple Pay catches on, which in the grand scheme of things, I probably should have waited till next year when all the bugs and all of it's released and everything. But I mean, I jumped ship back to the iPhone 6 Plus. I honestly think that if Samsung continues to make phones like the Galaxy Note 4, like the Galaxy S5, they're gonna be market leaders simply because I took the Galaxy S5, I took it all the way from Canada, Toronto, I drove all the way down to Florida with the thing. You know, you were able to take it in the pool because it was waterproof. I mean, it was just an all-around great phone. It was speedy, it was snappy, it was quick, and I think that it's got some great features, and so does the Note 4. I really do like this phone. The S Pen being one of my favorite features, being able to just sort of bring this out and jot down notes and control my screen and stuff like that. So I think it's fantastic, and I think that the Note 4, I think it's a crowd pleaser. If you have any questions about this fellow right here, don't ask me because I gotta give this phone back tomorrow. No, I'm kidding. Ask me. I've been using this phone as sort of my daily driver for a couple weeks now. I took out their SIM card, put in my own SIM card, and we've been laughing ever since. So you got any questions, leave them down in the Google Plus orgy down below. And until next time, I will see you later.